Finally, the Euros is over and I can have a break from everything football. Kick back and relax.
Hello there.
I like it. But it's time for my FPL 2021 to 2022 updated draft team selection. So how is it going, you sexy sausages? Euros has finished, so it's finally FPL time again, hey. Where I did already make a first draft video for the FPL where my team there looked like this. But since then, I've had a few words with a few of these fellas, you know. And even some fisticuffs almost happened. I almost had a scrap. I almost knocked a few geezers out. So since then, I have grabbed a few of them by the scruff and chucked them in the bin. And now I have a brand spanking new team which is looking very, very good. And that is what I'm going to present to you today. Where I've actually been a bit of a cheeky boy here and gone for a 4-3-3 this time. We will get into the whys of that later. But for now, let's chinwag about the players. With the first player to join us in this updated draft, it's Robert Sanchez, the best Spanish goalkeeper in the league. De Gea who? And he has stayed in my team and definitely not leaving. As Brighton had the third best XG conceded last season, meaning if they keep up their good defence, which I think they will, all of the clean sheets incoming. And with fixtures like Burnley, Watford and Brentford in the first four, we absolutely loves it, we do, as not only is he arguably the best cheap goalkeeper anyway, he's also got the fixtures to back it up and get us all of the points straight away. What an absolute bargain bucket, yes. But moving on to our defence, and the first fella is one that's going to break our bank already, come on. It's the crossing fetish man himself, Sir Trent Alexander. He had a bad season last year, right? But he still managed to get 8 FPL assists and 2 goals. Terrible season. Maybe he can do slightly better this season, yeah? But he did also have the best expected assists out of any defender last season, playing in a Liverpool team that still managed to keep the 5th most amount of clean sheets without Van Dijk and co. And actually, in their last 10 games in the season, they actually conceded less goals than any other team as well. So just imagine how good their defence could be when they actually have those players back. Ooh. But also the fact I wouldn't even question captaining Trent in game week 1 against Norwich. I think it's just a sign you need to get him in. But then next, it's one that's a bit spicy, you know. Ooh. Someone I haven't seen in too many drafts just yet. And you know what? I reckon he could even rival Trent's points this season. I'm not even joking. It's Benjamin Chilly Willy. Chelsea had the second best expected goals conceded value last season, also keeping the most clean sheets out of any team in the second half of the season, coincidentally when Tuchel joined, so yeah, he's pretty good. But not only do we have that solid backbone to back us up here with all the clean sheets for Chelsea, Chilwell actually had the best expected goals out of any fullback last season, basically playing as a winger chicken dinger due to that wing-back formation. Ooh. Now Chelsea don't actually have the best of fixtures at the start of the season, right? And Chilwell always has that potential risk of being rotated, so yeah, I admit it could be a bit wibbly-wobbly here, but he's definitely first choice. He's definitely better than Marcos Alonso. But actually, he usually starts in Chelsea's harder games, and they have more harder games at the start of the season, so I could even see him starting for probably at least the first 10 games or so of the season. But with those defensive stats and attacking stats, I definitely just think it's worth risking it for a biscuit and going for him, as I probably wouldn't risk a Chelsea attacker as well. So the fact I can have a defender in a defence this good, and the potential of all the attacking returns as well, he's going in. And I do definitely think he is worth it if you have a bench cover to come on if he doesn't play, which, wink, wink, I might have. We'll get into that later, okay? But next, someone, please get the fire extinguisher out, right? Because this guy is on absolute fire. It's Luke Shaw. Are you sure about this, Bacon Boy? I am very sure, yes. As Shaw has shown us in the Euros, what an amazing player he is, right? Both defensively, but also very impressively attacking-wise as well. Shaw was way up there for chances created out of anyone last season, never mind defenders, when Man United kept the 4th most clean sheets out of any team, but also are looking to strengthen their squad quite a lot, especially defensively, so that could even improve this year. Fixtures like Southampton, Wolves and Newcastle in the first 4, it would just be very rude to not jump on that. And yeah, that's it, he is in. But the final starting defender to join us here, it's the baguette-loving man himself, Digne. Hopefully he will be having a bit of munch on some points here, and then we can call him Come Din with me. Yeah. But Everton actually kept the most clean sheets out of any team in the last 10 games of the season last year, and also do have great defenders to keep that up as well. But elephant in the room, they do have a new manager now. Rafa Benitez has come in, who actually I think could make the defence even better. And Digne also had the 4th best total expected assists out of any defender last season, also getting himself 9 FPL assists as well. But with those sexual fixtures at the start of the season, with his price, with the attacking and defensive potential, he is 100% in the team. And that is my starting defence done. All players that are the most attacking defenders in their team, and arguably the most attacking out of anyone in the league, all playing for the top teams where I expect a good amount of clean sheets coming in, attacking returns and all of that jazz, and basically all of the points, they're gonna get them in. But then moving up the field to the midfield, we start with the Egyptian king himself, El Neni. No, joking, pride. I wouldn't do that to myself, alright? But it is Mo Salah. Mo Salah! Do I really need to say more, to be honest? Yeah. Like, he's had 95 goals and 40 FPL assists in just 4 seasons. That's pretty good. Whilst he is also over 50% owned at the start of this season, playing Norwich in game week 1. So it would literally be FPL suicide to probably not even captain, never mind not own him. So yeah, you got to have him in your team. And he is just that sort of player you can keep all season and not have to worry about him. But then next, another premium expensive boy, where we are really splashing the cash in this midfield. It's Bruno! More like a Brewy, yeah! Last season, scoring the most points out of anyone in FPL last year. Where I actually owned him for every single one of those points. I owned him all season. Oh, best ever manager, right? Yeah. But Bruno is also very highly owned, all the way up at 40% ownership right now, whilst also having an amazing run of fixtures at the start of the season. So yeah, it is quite hard to look past him at the start. But Bruno actually performed slightly worse at the second half of the season last year. Not only in goals, assists, but also chances and just overall numbers as well. And I actually think it could very well be worth it going for another Man United player and spreading out those funds a little bit more. Jadon Sancho, How much will he be, FPL? Please tell us. But yeah, I'll be honest with you lads. I'll spit facts when I say Bruno could in fact be leaving my team and going to someone else. But for now, he's in, so he's in his team. There you go. And then my final starting midfielder for now. It's the sexy Brazilian man, Rafinha. 6 goals and 10 assists in his first Premier League season last year. Also having the 4th best expected assist per 90 minutes out of all midfielders as well. So the fact he is only 6.5 million, yeah, that's a pretty good value, isn't it? Yes. But he is also the main set-piece taker for a Leeds team always looking to attack no matter what opposition they face. But also, I do feel like they could have a quite strong transfer window and strengthen their squad even more and make Rafinha an even better option than he already is right now. And he is a pretty damn good option already. Now, Leeds do actually have quite tough fixtures in the first 4 games, yeah? But then after that, they have a very, very good run, so I definitely think it's worth it jumping on him for now. Like, he is that good. He probably could return in some of these tough cookie games. But if not, I also don't mind too much leaving him on my bench and just having him ready for when those good fixtures come around. And that is my starting midfield done. Not only are these 3 very good options, right? But they all could probably stay in my team for the entire season. So the fact they have amazing fixtures at the start, yeah, that's just it really. They're staying in. But let's forward on to the forwards, shall we? With the fellas to bring us all of the goals. With the first one of them being Oliver Watkins. Now, I might actually call him Oliver Twist here, because even though he got 14 goals and 9 assists last season, I want more. Please, sir, can I have some more? Come on, Oliver, I want more goals, thank you. But if Grealish stays, Villa actually look like a very, very good attacking prospect, with Watkins already having the 4th best non-penalty expected goals last season out of any other forwards, so a very good sign of things to come if Grealish stays. Now, if he moves, I might reconsider Watkins, but then again, his first 3 fixtures include Watford, Newcastle and Brentford, so even if Grealish leaves, I think he's worth it anyway, and if Grealish stays, oh boy, yes. But you know what? There's also a slight possibility of penalties for him, as El Ghazi has been the main penalty taker, but with the signing of Buendia, could El Ghazi maybe not start? Could Watkins maybe get pens? Maybe. I hope so. So basically, all of the goals incoming for him. But the next forward here, being someone. Yeah, it's someone, but please let me explain why I have him before you start roasting me about it, okay? Yeah. As that player is Callum Wilson. Yeah. Shall we say Wacky Wilson? Because Bacon Boy, that is a proper wacky pick, I must say. But I actually think he's a very, very good option. So let me tell you why, alright? Where he actually managed to score 12 goals and get 6 assists last season in just 2,000 minutes. So yeah, that's pretty good. But also, he is on penalties. Where if we look at some forward alternatives instead of him, we got a DCL who has great fixtures, but also a new manager, unsure if he'll play, also doesn't have penalties. Antonio is really good, but he also has cheese-string hamstrings. He might get injured. Plus, when Europa League comes around, how are they going to manage that? And then Iheanacho was just amazing last season, right? But also could become a rotation risk quite quickly, as they have a few new signings. But also, if they switch formations, will he play out on the wing? Will he just be dropped? All of these questions we don't know. Or we could go for our boy Callum Wilson right here, who has very good numbers. He is also on penalties. He has a good run of fixtures, not just at the start of the season, but for the first 10 game weeks or so I don't mind keeping him for that. Whilst also currently being selected by only 4% of players. Now I think I actually do want to risk it for a biscuit with this player in here, because a lot of teams just seem too template, and I want to have some differentials in here. And I feel like no matter what, apart from injuries, he won't be dropped, and I can always rely on him to play. Maybe not rely on him to score goals, because he's quite unpredictable, But basically, I want to go for him because I don't want to be forcing myself with too many problems starting the season, as that's what I did last season. I had to take loads of hits at the start of the season, kind of ruined my season. But I'm going for him because I feel like he's one of the least riskiest, but also can give me the biggest reward as well. Wait, isn't that quite ironic that I'm calling Callum Wilson a non-risk? Are you okay? But nah, I do think he's a great option, and that is why he is in. And then our final starting player here, it's Ivan Toney the Tiger, the championship goal-scoring record breaker last season, scoring 31 goals and getting 10 assists. That's pretty good, isn't it? 41 returns, yeah. But also, he is a forward that can score all types of goals, including the penalties he's on, where he also has great opening fixtures, so I can see him getting a few goals straight at the start. And before you say Premier League is different, he's not used to it, or how is he going to cope? Did you know he actually played 12 minutes back in the 2016 season? So basically, he already knows what he's getting himself into. He's going to score all the goals straight away. And that is actually the forward line done. Now, you might notice I've tried to get in more penalty takers because it's just an extra thing to have, right? I love having the penalty taking forwards in there, but I haven't chosen them just for that. They all have great fixtures which I can rely on, not just at the start, but maybe for a few weeks, as I don't want to force myself into a lot of moves and an early wildcard if I don't have to, So that right there is just beautiful stuff, and I love it. But let's move on to the exciting part, shall we? Oh, the bench. Oh, that's what you're all here for. Yeah. Okay. And you know what? It is actually quite sexy right now, I must say. With my bench goalkeeper being the cycling GK himself, Ben Foster. Hey! Now, obviously, with the 4 million goalkeepers, he is second choice. But you know what? If Bachmann has a few bad games, which you never know, he could, I don't think they'll hesitate to bring Ben Foster back in and give him a couple of games. But even if that doesn't happen, he just brings the exquisite vibes to this team, doesn't he? And I will just let him stay on my team, have a bit of fun, maybe even vlog the experience of my FPL team. Oh, that would be amazing, alright? Yeah, go do that. But for now, he is my backup goalkeeper. Then my actual first bench outfield player is... Oh, are you ready for this? Oh, Emil Smith-Rowe, hey! So yes, I have been quite cheeky here, haven't I? And chucked in the promising youngster for Arsenal, who had a very good end to the season last year. Now, the reason I've gone for him on my bench and, put a little bit of money into him, is because he's still a very cheap player, only being 5.5 million, but also plays Norwich in Game Week 4 and Burnley in Game Week 5. So not only could I be ahead of the curve there getting in an Arsenal player, but because I'm playing 4 defenders in this formation, when I put Smith-Rowe on the bench, he will always be the one to be subbed in if he actually plays. And he is someone I feel like could have a pretty good decent season, especially for his price, right? But also, because of his price, he gives me that bit of extra flexibility. Because if there's a great cheap midfielder which just randomly appears, Smith-Rowe being at the 5.5 million price, I can either downgrade him to fund someone else, or I could just use him as a bridge and upgrade him to a slightly more expensive midfielder, and that would be amazing. So basically, it gives me flexibility, it gives me that extra cover, and just gives me a bench player I think can do very, very well. Lovely. But next, the second outfield player on my bench right now is Wesley Fofana. He is priced at only 4.5 million because, I don't know, FPL decided to be extra cheeky or something. But he also has great fixtures, especially in Game Week 3 playing Norwich, where coincidentally, Liverpool play Chelsea. So Trent Chilwell, one of them could get benched, Fofana could come in, easy clean sheets incoming. But also, he's just a very good second backup option if Smith-Rowe isn't getting the minutes, but also if he has a tough fixture anyway, at least I have someone else to rely on. And then to finish off my team with the best player in my team, oh, he's amazing. It's Josh Brownhill, who is in my opinion, who is in fact the best 4.5 million midfielder out there this season, as he probably will play every single game, but also has some attacking threat as well, taking a lot of shots in the box last season. But more importantly, he plays for Brexit Burnley, a team which I probably won't want 3 other players in, so he's not taking up that room, and I just never have to worry about that, so that is perfect. And that is actually my updated draft team selection done, way! So right here, we have a very balanced squad, quite heavy at the back you might say, but also potentially some of the best value players in the game. We have the very reliable midfield trio, and also the front 3 with great fixtures and most of them on pens as well. Now, my only concern with this team right now is I currently have no Man City players, but with how unpredictable their rotation is, the pep roulette, and especially the likes of De Bruyne being so expensive, I'm not sure it's too worth it. But maybe a Cancelo or Diaz might sneak their way in. We'll have to see. But that is actually it for now. And I am quite happy with how it's looking right now. But we all know it will definitely change, because as soon as transfers happening, all the transfers happen to our FPL teams. It's just what happens every year. But thank you all for watching this video. But also, you need to remember!
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now. Don't let your memes be dreams.